well. 6 minutes ago, my bad. Limbus Company. 4th pack, Honglu R Corp. It is time. Let's get right into this. Open up the Steam page where the official book is. Ooh, baby. Alright, let's open this bad boy up. 4th pack, Reindeer Honglu. Looks like he is a monoblonde. He is Gluttony, Envy, Wrath. Interesting. Alright. Deal more damage for every charge, energy strike 2 coin. At X charge, gain coin power. At charge count. He's a charge ID. Like potency ID. Gains count coin power. On use, gain charge count. On hit, gain charge count. Syncing. Okay, so he is a syncing ID. I thought maybe he might be a Rupture ID, but no. We have the Dishi Honglu alternative. It is a 4 coin skill 2. Deal more damage for every charge. At X to Y charge count, gain syncing and raise this unit's charge count to X, or Z. The skill gains the following attributes: indiscriminate, unfocused volley, and additional attack weight. Before use, at W charge, the skill does not gain the indiscriminate attribute. Consume, charge count, gain 2 coin power. Before attack, remaining charge, consume, charge count to deal more damage. Yep, this is literally Mind Whip. It's literally Mind Whip. Mind Whip, Mind Whip, Mind Whip, and then count at the end. Interesting. So this is exactly how I thought it would be. It's going to be an unconditional attack weight move that has attack weight. And now I bet you obviously that implies that the skill actually has attack weight, even when you don't remove the indiscriminate tag. And then you have the final coin, which is a 1 coin. That's interesting. I did not think it would actually be a 1 coin. Gain base power and coin power for every charge. That's potency. At X charge count, gain final power. On use, gain charge count. Deal this skill's power times X% more damage. At X charge potency, deal more damage for every charge. Gain charge plus X charge count, inflict syncing and syncing count. Okay. Energy condensation, this is just the block. At X charge count, gain corner 4 power. At change counts, charge count, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we have a block now. I believe Ishmael's is a dodge. So here we go, we have a block. Brainwave charge focusing antlers. Alright, here's the passive. Gain charge every time this unit consumes X cumulative charge count in this encounter. Okay, so it's kind of like the same thing that Multi-Crack Faust has, the same thing that W Corp Otis has, where potency IDs, specifically charge potency IDs, just kind of generate their own charge potency when you reach 10 plus count, usually at the end of the turn, right? So I'm going to assume this is if you consume 10 charge count. Same with, like, I think it's the exact same as Multi-Crack Faust. You gain potency. At X charge potency, inflict more syncing with base attack skills for every charge. Does not activate when inflicting only count or when inflicting syncing itself. Okay. So basically what this means is, normally when something says inflict more X, it is only talking about potency. Here it is specifically mentioning, no, it's both potency and count, except it is not only count. So if you are only inflicting count, which is only possible by getting the last hit, I guess, on Mind Whip, without triggering the previous syncing, it doesn't count. Or whenever triggering syncing on self. When inflicting syncing on self. Now that's a bit... what? Interesting. Oh, because the skill 2 gives you syncing. Okay, I get it. You actually gain syncing from the skill 2. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm like, what? And then deal more charge damage for base attack skills. Cool. Support passive. Ally with the most charge. When using a base attack skill that gains charge, deal more damage. With the final coin. Okay. And then we have the passive here. So let's zoom in on this, because I think the passive only activates through Mind Whip. When this skill flips coins, each coin flips against a random enemy amongst its targets. Okay, exactly like Solemn Lament. The first coin always targets the main target. All on-hit effects and all damage dealt by each coin are inflicted only against the random target the coin selected. Okay, basically, yeah. So, the skill gains the following attributes: unfocused volley and additional attack weight. So, from what I'm seeing is, does this still hit random enemies? From what I'm looking here, the indiscriminate tag is the only thing that's taken off, which means that, the target is not chosen for you. But the unfocused volley, as stated, no matter what, if you are aiming at someone and it's a 2 attack weight move, and you flip a coin, like you have the charge count, you will still flip between those 2 enemies. Now, yeah, that's what it sounds like. Unless there's only one target, right? Unless there is only one target. So, Mind Whip is going to be interesting. How do I feel about that? I think it depends on how much damage the Mind Whip does. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal because obviously these were never meant to be AoE. Like this is the major AoE R Corp unit. This is like an AoE R Corp unit almost. So it's kind of making you want to save Mind Whip for when you clear the area. Probably not good in a wave clear scenario, but it also might be. Like, it depends on how much damage it does, right? Like, how much the attack weight is. From the trailer, it was about 2 attack weight, right? But it could be 3. I doubt it would be more than 2, because on a base skill, 2 attack weight, that's like privilege, basically. And then the skill 3 is not an attack weight move. I thought the skill 3 might be attack weight. It's not. It actually kind of feels like the concentrate is what you want to hit on enemies. And then Mind Whip is what you want to hit, like... Okay. I feel like Mind Whip, because it's not a skill 3, this is a skill 2. So this is way more common. The ratio from, what was it, 3 to 1 of the amount of skills there is. 3 skill 1s, 2 skill 2s, 1 skill 3. You're going to be throwing Mind Whip out way more often than you are on Ishmael. Way more on than on R-Crop Ishmael. Like, so I'm curious how that effect is going to come into play. Keep accidentally zooming out. You do gain, like, a lot of damage, though. Because you deal more damage. You gain sinking, which gains you potency. Right? Gives you coin power. Which you consume remaining count to deal more damage. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I mean, more R-Corp is good. We like it. This is an alternative to Honglu. Now, why would you use this over Honglu? Dishi Honglu, right? So that's the alternative. 1, if you don't want to deal with his discarding mechanic. So Honglu with Insight is one of the main, like, priority targets for Insight. You want to always be having him at 3 Insight. So if you don't want to deal with that, which can lock you out of certain moves because... well, you don't want to lose the Insight, right? Because you have to sacrifice the skill 3. This could be an alternative option. I don't think the charge generation is going to be that big of a deal. It looks like you get pretty much a chunky amount of charge count with this. Is this going to take over Dishi Honglu? I don't know. I mean, look, Gluttony on a sinking ID is good. Like, more Gluttony. More Envy. I mean, actually, you get enough envy for that because but it's Gluttony at least. So you got Gluttony skill 1, you got a Wrath. It's there. It seems just like a decent unit, like a solid unit. I'm sure when we actually get into the game, because again, you can't. The only thing you can judge from these, okay, is how the character is going to play out. You don't know how much damage something's going to do. You don't know how useful the move is. I think most people are going to look at Mind Whip, and I bet you most people are going to be like, it's actually not that good. Indiscriminate targeting, attack weight, you don't focus on the same target. But if you're only hitting between 2 targets, then it's not really that big of a deal, right? Like, if you use Mind Whip, and you are, there's 2 targets, well, either one person's going to get all the coins, or the other one's going to get blown up. Like, it's still useful. The question becomes is how often are you going to get Mind Whip without charge? Because it's a skill 2. So that's the interesting part. I think it probably all depends on how much concentration you get. Obviously, it looks like the play here is you want to get concentration. That gives you a butt ton of charge count. Right? You maintain the charge with skill 1. And then you Mind Whip off cooldown, basically. You want to just Mind Whip. Every time you have the conditional, you want to Mind Whip. Yeah. Inflicts more sinking, so we're going to see how much more sinking inflicts. Maybe that'll be... This is probably owned. Because he does X amount of damage as well. I see a lot of percentage modifiers. So, when I see a lot of percentage modifiers, I have a pretty good feeling that he's going to do some big fucking damage. And, yeah. That's going to be it for the review. Okay. See ya.